Boulders, we are going to get started. Please finish your warm-up frames. We'll be changing to scoring in just a moment. Welcome to Academy Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts for an Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour match. Hello everyone, I'm Steve. It's great to have you along with us once again. It's been a little while since we've been to Academy Lanes, but today I've got for you Greg Vellante and Ray McAllister. Ray McAllister is our away bowler who has a season record of 94 and 130, and Greg Vellante has a record of 100 and 124. So we'll see who gets some points today for the playoff contention. I believe Greg Vellante actually might be in somewhat striking distance, and Ray McAllister if he puts some work into it as well. So today's match format is 5 strings of candlepin bowling with 2 points per string and 4 for total pinfall. At any ties, we divide that number in 2. Ray McAllister will do the honors. And do the honors he shall with a 2-drop and a half Worcester on the left side. And for his spare shot, he drifts to the right of the head pin, leaves the 1-4-7. This is the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour brought to you by 3-Ball Spare Conglomerate. This match was played on Saturday, May 2nd, 2026. And there is an 8-box for Ray McAllister to open up the first game of 5. If you've never seen candlepin bowling, I hope you enjoy the match today. This is a unique take on bowling from the heart of New England and Eastern Canada. This broadcast should have subtitles and captions if you would like to enable them. Please consider the transcript feature if you're watching this from YouTube. There's Ray McAllister with a hit on the head pin. Mixes down everything with the 6 and the 7. 6-7. During the match, I'll provide the play-by-play action and on-screen scoring to the best of my ability. The numbers you see on your screen are unofficial. The bowlers maintain the authority on the scores. Any conflicts, I go with what they have. Ray McAllister almost converts the 6-7 split with wood. The ball jumps in front of the 7, doesn't take it. If you like this content, I encourage you to consider subscribing to this channel to help us grow. And if you have any questions or suggestions, please let me know in the comments. Here's Ray McAllister, who missed his spare just narrowly, and he will, I think, wave it off for a 9-box. It's automatic scoring at Academy Lanes, so Greg Vellante is just keying in the correction, and it is in. That is 17 after 2, confirmed for Ray McAllister as he goes to retrieve a ball stuck in the gutter. Candlepin bowling has no oil patterns. It's a little bit different from 10-pin. Balls are smaller. Pins are heavier than the ball. A bit more precision involved. We don't clear the deadwood around the pins. And a whole other slew of minor adjustments. There's Ray McAllister with a 5-drop. 1-3-6-8-10 for Ray. Can he handle the Caleri? He can handle all but the head pin on it. Ray for the 10. He'll take the 10. 27 through 3 for Mr. McAllister. Ray McAllister has a record of 94 and 130 with a season average of 99.1. Averages on the road 103.9. He bowls out of Wakefield Bowladrome this season. And he found the head pin there. He takes 7 down. That's the 2-4-9. And Ray will shoot for the spare, and he gets that spare. No problem for Ray McAllister. In fact, why don't we take another look at that, shall we? All over it, no problem. Unfortunately, Ray will take a 2 on that spare. Just the 4 and the 7 chopped out, 39 through 4. Here comes Ray on the follow-up, drifts, kind of curves to the right towards the end of the lane. Leaves the 1 and the 2. And for the follow-up, he'll almost get the 10. He'll leave the 2-pin for a 9 for a 48.5. Bowlers will rotate every 5 boxes. Ray McAllister's done his first 5 in the first game. He's at 48 through 5. Greg Vellante will follow up with his first 5. So we'll catch up every 5 boxes for a competitive score update. And here we are, Greg Vellante. It's been maybe a couple of months or so since we've had him on the program. Greg Vellante has a record of 101-24. And how about that for an opening ball? Missed the head pin, took all but the head pin. Greg aims for a spare, and he just misses it off to the left. This will be for a 10 box. That's right, the 10 box, which does not exist in 10-pin bowling. You get a 3rd ball in Candlepin if you miss your spare attempt for a chance of scoring 10 in the frame. And that will be a 9 for Greg Vellante through the first. Greg Vellante averages 102 for the season. His home house is here at Academy Lanes. He's in Class D North Division 4. His home average is 104.8. High single 129, high series 557. Here's Greg on the pocket. Takes all but the 4. So he has 2 9 drops in a row. 1 on the head pin, 1 not. And he'll miss the 4 to the right. For the 10 box attempt, he misses it just slightly closer this time. 18 through 2 for Greg. Mr. Vellante has a 3rd place division rank right now, and 7th place in the wild card seedings. I believe this will be match 17 for Greg Vellante. So he's very narrowly in the dance if he can maintain a good performance from here on out. And that is an eventual 4 drop for Greg. Took a bunch out in the back row. Center diamond, 6 and 10. And Greg for the spare, he leaves 2 pins on the plate. Good attempt, just not a whole lot to say for it, to show for it. And there's a nice 10 box, I'll take that. That's 28 through 3 for Greg Vellante. He has 21 strikes, 148 spares, and 132 tens for the season. A 40% perfect box percentage, 76.53 pins so far this season. Greg has the 7th highest Class D average at 102. He'll chop the 4 on the first ball of the 4th frame. For the spare attempts on the pocket. At a bit of an angle, leaves the 8. Nice shot. Would have been a great spare ball had it been the first. Greg makes it a 10, 9, 9, 10, 10 for 38 through 4. Recently, Greg Vellante faced Joe Coltera in round 15, taking 2 points of the 518 series, 103, 92, 101, 120, and 102. He had a strike, 13 spares, and 5 tens in that series. And that's a mix down of 6 for Greg. Looks like 1, 2, 4, 7. 4 horsemen left side. See if Greg can pull up a mark for his first 5, just like Ray McAllister did. And he'll chop the head pin. It won't be a mark. It'll be a markless first half of the first game. He'll finish this off with a 7 box for a 45 half, down by 3 to Ray McAllister's 48 half. 5 boxes through this 50 box match today. 5 strings, 10 boxes apiece. Both bowlers have bowled 5 so far. It's 48 for Ray McAllister and 45 for Greg Vellante. Coming up next is Ray McAllister on lane 43 at Academy Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts. Steve Kelly on the call for the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour with 3 ball spare. Here's Ray McAllister. He'll take a few down. 5 down to be exact. 1, 2, 7, 8, 9. Ray McAllister's spare attempt goes a little bit to the right. And he's on the head pin. He takes the 7. He leaves the 2 and the 8 for an 8 box for 56 through 6. That's the story for Ray McAllister so far. Ray McAllister, high single 132, high series 556. Averages at home 94.9 at Wakefield Bowlodrome. He'll take 3 out on the first ball. That's 4 out, excuse me. The 10 pin fell late. 6-pack left side. The 6-pack brought to you by Pub 125 at Academy Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts. Great food, great drink. It's actually just a couple of feet to our left off camera. If you see lane 37, the far left lane, just through that wall is the bar. Part of this room, the green room at Academy Lanes. It's been a little while since we've streamed out of here. Busy house today. The red room and the blue room seem pretty full. And we got part of the green room even filled up. Academy Lanes, busy house. 44 lanes. We are on lanes 33 and 34. And Ray will make it an 8 box for 64 through 7. Ray McAllister's 4th place in his division, and currently 9th in the wild card. Here comes Ray McAllister to the right of the head pin again, but he's going to get a decent mix. 1, 7, 10, 6, 8 is the play. Ray McAllister's been averaging 4.75 on the first ball. Greg Vellante has been averaging 5.8 on the first ball. Ray McAllister for the spare attempt with a 5 drop. Ooh, it's going to go to the left. He'll take the 7 courtesy of a piece of wood. He's got the 1, 8, 6, 10. Shooting after a 10 box, starting from 6. It'll be a 9. 73 through 8 for Ray. Ray McAllister has the 19th highest Class D average at 99.1 and the 9th highest Class D fewest average pins left standing at 56.4. He recently faced Alex Patton in round 15, taking 2 points with a 479 series with a 93, a 110, a 92, a 95, and a 99. No strikes, 7 spares, 10 tens. 21 for 50 on the head pin with 13 splits. Here's a 7 drop and a split for Ray McAllister. 4, 7, and the 6. Piece of wood he's waiting on settling and hoping he gets a favorable angle. It's still meandering about down there. It might have a reasonable chance of taking the 6. Let's see what happens. On the red line, everything but the 6. Maybe had to go a little bit higher, possibly. Nine or 10 for Ray. It's a 9. 82 through 9 for Ray McAllister. 110 and 1 mark this game. And the rest has just been a show of 8s and 9s. Here's Ray with a 4 drop on the right side. 6-pack left side. Again, the 6-pack brought to you by Pub 125 here inside Academy Lanes. No need to go anywhere. Just go take a walk over to the bar if you're here. Ray McAllister versus the 6-pack on the pocket. He takes 5 of 6 cans, leaving the 7-pin. For the 9 or the 10, it looks like it's going to be, just a narrow miss on the 7 for another 9 box. That's a lot of 9 boxes for Ray McAllister. First game is 91 for Ray, averaging 4.9 in the first ball, 3 headpin shots for 10, 3 splits, threw a 43 on lane 43 and a 48 on lane 44. That's not confusing at all. All right, it's time for Greg Vellante coming up next on lane 43 for the first time today on the ACST. Here is Greg Vellante on the pocket, a little bit thick, a little bit full. Mixes 7, 2 right, 1 left, 2, 4, 6, or 3, 4, 6, excuse me. For the spare attempt, takes the right 2, leaves the left 1. Nine or 10 for Ray. It's going to be a 9, 54 through 6 for Mr. Greg Vellante. Greg Vellante. Greg Vellante, again, he averages 102 for the season. In the past 5 matches, he's gone 28 points, averaging 5.6 points per match. I was talking to him before the match began, and he said he just really wants to basically win out to earn himself that playoff spot. He takes 3 out, he takes 4 out, he takes 5 out, 4 in the center, 1 in the back. Greg Vellante. 1, 2, 3, 5, 10. Greg, center diamond, misses it to the right, takes 2 in the middle and 3 in the third pin in the back, leaves the 1 and the 2. Eight, 9, or 10. Takes 1 by proxy of the wood, leaves the head pin, 9 box, 63 through 7, down by 1 to Ray McAllister, 64 through 7. Greg Vellante, he's gone 7 games in a row where he's gone over 100 this season, unbroken. He'll slightly miss the head pin to the left, and he'll take a right side Caleri, a 5-drop. Named after Bob Caleri of Lexington, Massachusetts. On the Caleri, 3 of 5 go. Back 2 pins are left, the 8 pin and the 10 pin. Pick your favorite stick. Greg picks this left one, the 8 pin, leaves the 10 pin. He's got a 9 box for 72 through 8, down by just 1 to Ray McAllister, 73 through 8. The wall defense is only 1 pin high. Oh, and that's a bit of a off throw. You could tell by his hand gesture there. I think that wasn't quite what he was intending to execute. He takes the 7 and only the 7. Vellante makes an adjustment to the right, a little bit too much for his liking, I think. Center diamond and then 2 extra pins. The play is for a 10 box with a cluster of pins in the center. 6 standing. And he'll take a 6 box. That's 78 through 9. That changes some dynamics here. That means Greg Vellante is going to need a mark to take the first game. Only 1 mark has been thrown so far, and it was Ray McAllister in the 4th box. Here's Greg. Here's his attempt. He's on the pocket, and he gets a pretty gnarly mix. A 6-7 leave again, with wood settling in a difficult manner. It's going to be a rough play. You're going to have to play that wood on the right, I think. High-ish. I don't know if a cap is going to do it, and I don't think a red line is going to do it. We red line it. Yep, like I said, the red line would get you close, but not quite to the 7. So first game is going to go to Ray McAllister. Greg Vellante will finish this off with a 9 box. He's got 87 in the first game. 91 to 87 is in the books and confirmed for these 2 bowlers. So game 1 is game done. Plenty of points to go around still for the remainder of this match. 4 for the total pinfall and 2 for each of the 4 remaining games. Let's move on to game 2. on the ACST. I'm Steve on the call. Happy you're here. It's Ray McAllister at Greg Vellante at Academy Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts. Coming up next, Ray McAllister will open up the second game. Here we go. An eventual 1-7-10 leave, maybe. If that 7-pin sticks around, it will. 7 drop. It's the TV shot with wood. The 1-7-10 high-low jack. Will he take the TV shot? Yes, he does. The TV shot has been conquered by Ray McAllister. You'll love to see it. It's been a while since I've seen one of these converted for the spare, actually. Beautiful. Here's Ray filling the TV shot with 3, half Worcester and the 10. McAllister misses the head pin to the left, and he takes all but that head pin. It'll be Ray for the 10. Just misses it narrowly to the right for a 9 box for 22 through 2. Ray McAllister has taken 28 points in his past 5 matches, and he's averaged 5.6 points per match. His longest streak of unbroken games over 100 has been 5 in a row this season. There's a pocket shot and a strike for Ray McAllister. Ray McAllister is slowly figuring it out. He's thrown 2 marks in 3 boxes and 3 marks overall for the match so far today on the 1-3 pocket. Beautiful. McAllister filling a strike. That's 4 so far, but he gets another ball. 1-7-10-3-4-9. McAllister for the spare attempt conversion. He almost does it. The 9-pin stands. It's a 9 fill on the strike. 41 through 3, followed by 50 through 4 with that 9. McAllister's longest streak of matches where he's gone more than 500 in grand total pinfall or higher has been 3 unbroken. Here's Ray with 6 going down. 1, 2, 4, 10. For the spare shot. He'll catch the pocket, but go a little straight back, leaving the 4 and the 10. And it ends up being a 9 for Ray. That's a pretty impressive half. 2 marks for 59. That 9 fill on the strike was a big one. And then the 3 on the spare also was helpful, along with a bunch of 9 boxes. 59 through 5 for Ray McAllister, a 1.5 game total of 150. 4 head pin shots today, 3 splits, 5.45 first ball average. Coming up next is Greg Vellante to start out the second game. Greg Vellante, who just narrowly missed the first game from Ray McAllister. 87 to his 91. And here is, come on, 7-pin will break the split, and the 6-pin stands for a single pin shot, 9-pin first ball, or 9-drop first ball for Greg Vellante. 6-pin spare coming up. And he's got it. No problem on the single pin. That's 10 through 1 for Greg Vellante. Let's have another look at this once again. Goodbye. Greg on the pocket. Yeah, beautiful way to fill a spare with a strike. A big 20 followed by a strike and potential for even more. Watch this. $30 through 2, plus a bonus. Vellante fires to the left, mixes. That 7 goes, it'll be a spareable shot, 1-3-9-10. Or more easily spareable shot, that is. 1-3-9-10 for Greg Vellante. So far, he's got 6 on the fill. Chops the head pin. It'll be a 7 fill, 3-9-10. 37 through 2. Picks up another. 8 in the third for 45. It's 41 through 3 for Ray McAllister. A difference of 4. Greg starts in the center, drifts to the left, drops 5. Has a Caleri on the right side. We're in the synthetic side of Academy lanes today. Different material on the lanes than the rest of the house, which is largely traditionally wood elsewhere. Changes your ball a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. 7 in the fourth for 52 for Greg Vellante. On average, Greg goes 19 for 50 on the head pin with 8.8 splits per match. And there's a 5 drop for Greg. 1, 3, 6, 7, and 9. Greg for the follow-up. He sails the ball into the gap. Still 4 on the right and 1 on the left. On the outside of the head pin, that was a good ball. Good out. 9 box. 61 half for Greg Vellante and a 60 half for Ray. And we'll double check those numbers in just a moment. We'll come back to that in just a moment. It would appear Ray McAllister has a 60 on the board down there on their scoreboard. Looks like the second ball was scored. The second box was scored as a 10, so I will follow what the boulders have. I'll adjust his second box to be 10 from 9. Ray McAllister misses his spare. He leaves the 1 and the 8. And he nudges the head pin for a 9 box and the 6 for 69 through 6. Just a kind reminder that the scoreboard that I'm keeping is unofficial and separate from the scoreboard that the bowlers are maintaining. And any conflicts, they win. The bowlers will always maintain the authority on the scores in the ACST. Here's Greg. He'll mix a few off the back left corner and come to the right a bit for a 6 drop. 1, 2, 6, 10 for Ray McAllister. Ray for the spare. On the outside of the head pin, he takes all but the 10. And I believe he waves it off for a 9. 4th 9 in a row for Ray McAllister. Ray McAllister's thrown 9 boxes today, 78 through 7. Here's Ray on the 1-2 pocket, takes 7 down, 3, 6, 10. And it's a spare for Ray McAllister, worth the wait. 88 through 8 for Ray McAllister. Very well done ball. And he's filling that spare on the head pin a little bit thick through it. 4-6-3-7 for a 6 fill and a 6 drop. 94 through 8. Ray will chop the 6 and leave the 3-4-7. And he'll take another. That's an 8 in the 9th for 102 for Ray. Ray McAllister, average points per away match, 7.1. Average points per home match, 5.0. And he finds the head pin a little bit lightly. He's got the 7-8-10 with some wood to work with. Ray's gone 4 for 10 on the head pin this game. He's gone 35% of the head pin overall in the match. 5.5 first ball average. Ray plays the wood on the left, but he can't get anything to go to the right. For the 9 of the 10, he'll make it a 10. That's a heck of a game for Ray McAllister, 112. That score is confirmed for a 2-game total of 203, averaging over 100, Ray McAllister. Coming up next will be Greg Vellante to finish off the second game here in the fourth quarter of the second game on the ACST in Haverhill, Massachusetts at Academy Lanes. Here's Greg to the left of the head pin, takes down 7. He's got the 1-3-6. For the spare, oh, he just drifts slightly to the right of that head pin and leaves the head pin. This will be Greg Vellante shooting for a 9 or a 10 box. He's at 61 through 5. Ray McAllister was at 60 through 5. For the 10, it ends up being a 9 for 70 through 6. And Greg's on the, well, not the pocket, slightly to the left of the pocket, slightly west of it, takes 7 down. He's got the 1-3-9. Only 2 headman shots were at the start of the game, those 2 mark runs. And he's on the 3-pin there. Greg for the 8 box. He's got the 8 box. 78 through 7. We're tied in the 7th frame. Ray McAllister took this first game with 2 points. 91 to Greg Vellante's 87. And Greg's on the 3-6 pocket this time. He takes 5 down. 1, 2, 4, 5, and 9. Greg's spare attempt is good. Very methodical ball, and he finally finds that pocket, gets back on it for 88 and a bonus in the 8th, just like Ray McAllister did with the exact same numbers. He needed this one a lot to keep the pace. Greg, can he find the head pin here? Oh, wow, beauty. Yes, he can. A big 20 will be super helpful. He's at 108 and a bonus through 9. That was beautiful. Actually, our previous replay couldn't even get out of dodge before he threw the next one. Wonderful ball by Greg Vellante. He's at 108 and a bonus through 9. He's thrown 2 big 20s in this game. And he'll take 1 on the strike field so far, but he gets another ball. Filling the strike. Ends up being a 5 fill for 113 through 9. That will be the second game for Greg Vellante. That seals the deal. With that 5 fill on the strike, it turns into a 9 box for a 122 for Mr. Vellante. Well done. Wins it by 10 in the second game, and he reclaims the total pinfall by 6, 209. 2-game total for Greg Vellante with the 87 and the 122. Ray McAllister with a 91 and a 112 has a 203. We're finishing game 2. We're moving on to game 3 in this 5-game series on the ACST. I'm Steve, here with you in the broadcast booth. Here at home at Academy Lanes. Here's Ray McAllister. He'll find the pocket a little bit full. 4 on the left, 4 on the right, 1 on the left. 5 drop. Seven, 10, 3, 6, 9. Ray was hoping that piece of wood would move somewhere favorably, but he's got what he's got. Ray plays the wood just slightly off the cap, almost on it. Would have been a cool idea, but it doesn't quite mix correctly. Ray for the 10. Yeah! Hold for dramatic pause. That 10 box for Ray McAllister. In fact, let's look at this again. Look at that walk that piece of wood took. Something told me to hold for that shot, and we got it. Here's Ray McAllister for the first ball. In the 1-3 pocket, will it be a strike? Everything but the 7-pin falls. And there's wood all around it. We got a red zone alert for a spare. And Ray will get that spare. A scoring drive. 20 through 2 and a bonus for Ray McAllister. He started kind of like on the 3-pin vicinity to cross over to the 7. And he'll go left to right this time. Missed the head pin, but he got a nice fill of 7, 1-3 in the 10. He's at 27 through 2. Ray for the spare. Oh, wow, that 10 just gets grazed. It gets sideswiped, but it doesn't fall down. It's a nice ball. For the 10 box, I think he's gonna call it as a 9. Yep. 36 through 3 for Ray McAllister as it's getting keyed into the automatic score system down there. We're at Academy Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts today. There's 3 rooms of bowling with 44 lanes. We are on the far right side. The lanes 33 and 34 today, established in 1963. A lot of coaching programs and youth programs at Academy Lanes. In fact, their youth league is actually today in the blue room. Very crowded place to walk into. A lot of our up-and-coming bowlers, some of which have made it all the way up to the Worlds, start off in the youth programs here at Academy Lanes. I have a couple of our veteran bowlers as talent scouts, so to speak, for some of those. So if you have anyone young who's looking to bowl, consider enrolling them in the programs at Academy Lanes for the leagues, and see if they can shine bright. That'll be 45 through 4 for Ray McAllister. Ray, opening ball, the 5th frame, on the pocket. 2, 5, 10, 7 drop and a split. Ray McAllister has gone nearly perfect on the head pin, minus the 3rd frame. 2 splits for 4 head pin shots. Ray for the spare, everything but the 5 goes, and if you had asked me which pin was going to stand up, I wouldn't have told you the 5. 9 or 10 for Ray. It's a 10 in the 5th for 55. Ray McAllister, pretty good head pin recovery there. 4 for 5, 55 through 5, 2 10s and a spare with a 7 fill. That's the story for Ray McAllister. 258 halftime total, 2.5 games in for Ray McAllister. Coming up next is Greg Vellante, who comes back to us with a 209.2 game total. Let's see what he can do here in the 3rd game. He went on a pretty nice mark run at the end of the 2nd game, as well as the start of the 2nd game. So let's see what Greg Vellante can follow up on here. As he mixes down 7, 1, 8, 9. And Greg, he plays the head pin correctly. He takes the 9, he leaves the 8. Difficult shot. Usually 1 pin left standing if you're just a little bit off of it. That'll be a 10 for Greg Vellante, 10 through 1 for both bowlers. Greg Vellante to the left of the head pin takes 2 out. Looks to follow up. Everything but the 3 goes eventually. With a 10, it ends up being a 9 for 19 through 2 for Greg Vellante. Ray McAllister at this point through a spare with a 7 fill for 27 through 2. Here is Greg. Oh, it's looking good on the pocket. Will the 5-pin go? Not quite. It's one of those balls I could just tell from the release that I was like, oh, this is going to be a good ball. We have a single pin spare possibility here for Greg Vellante. He just goes to the left a little bit. Nine or 10. Ends up being a 10. 10, 9, 10 for 29 through 3 for Greg Vellante. Greg has 4 pinfall wins this season. In roughly his past 5 matches at home, he's taken 32 points, and that's an average of 6.4 points per match. And he'll drop 5 here, missing the headpin narrowly to the left. That's a Caleri on the right side. Greg on the Caleri. 3, 6, 10, 8 go. The head pin was missed, and that's the one that's standing. Be a 9 or 10. He's got the 10. 10, 9, 10, 10. 39 through 4. Ray McAllister is at 45 through 4. Greg Vellante has the 8th highest Class D total spares at 148 and the 8th highest Class D average spare fill at 5.8. 10th Class D fewest average pins left standing at 57.3. And Greg, he drifts to the right a little more than halfway down the lane. He takes 6 down, 1, 2, 4, 8. And he drifts to the right again. No spare. The follow-up takes another for a 7. That'll be 46 through 5 for Greg Vellante. The scores are in and the scores are confirmed at halftime. It's 258 for Ray McAllister and 255 for Greg Vellante. It's a difference of 3 in the total. McAllister leads by 3, and in the string, McAllister currently leads by 9. That is your halfway through the match update so far. And Ray McAllister wasting no time, drops 5. It's the 3, 5, 6, 9, 10 on the right side. Ray McAllister, smooth ball and a smooth spare. Wonderfully done. I don't think I even heard that ball touch the planks. It was that smooth and low to the ground. Just, wow, what a nice ball that was. Following up on the pocket, 5-8 for Ray McAllister. 8 fill. 73 through 6. Nearly perfect on the headpin again. And he almost spares it, takes the 5, leaves the 8. It was a good try, just didn't quite mix towards the 8. It's a 9 for Ray McAllister for 82 through 7. You're watching 3-Ball Spare. Content on 3-Ball Spare is proudly made and produced without any use of generative AI. And wow, that 5-pin took a ride. And it's an eventual 5 drop for Ray McAllister. And Ray for the spare. Oh yeah, beauty. He takes that to the bank. 92 through 8 for Ray McAllister. Like I said, he's really finding his pocket shot here, especially this game. Look at that. Beautiful. Ray's filling the spare with 7 on the pocket. 3, 5, and 9. 99 through 8. Followed by a kick of the wood, taking the 2 on the right and leaving the kingpin 5-pin. Just a little off where the ball should have been. 9 or 10 for Ray. Ends up being a 9 on the 5-pin for 108 through 9. He's currently at 311 and counting with 1 box to go in this game. Just clearing a piece of wood in the channel there. Ray McAllister progressively getting better and better here. 91, then a 112, and then 1 something in this game. And he finds the pocket again, but he has a split to deal with. 4-6-3. No wood. See if Ray can convert this. He'll take the 6 and the 3 and the 4 stand. And he'll almost take the 4 from the 3-pin, but that'll be a 9 box. And how about that? A 117 and a 3-game total of 320 for Ray McAllister with a 3-mark third game. And he brings his headpin completion percentage up to 50%, a significant improvement from this game alone. He has 8 splits and a 5.97 first ball average. Greg Vellante up next, 46.5, who has 2 points so far. McAllister also with 2 points so far. His wall of defense is a 117 game 3. It's an eventual mix of 7, 1, 3, 10. Ray McAllister is shooting for the 1-3-10 for a spare. Will it go? He drifts off to the left. Bit of a misfire there. And Vellante for the retry, and there is a 10. Could have been a spare, but ends up being a 10 for 56 through 6. Here is Greg Vellante on the pocket on the 1-3 and leaves the 7 and the 8. 8 drop. For that 7-8 spare conversion. Oh, he does it. That's a Bruins goal for Greg Vellante. Watch that wood on the right side. Knocked it over to the left, slid it over, skate into the 9 from the 7, or into the 8 from the 7. So this is going to be a 7 fill. A wiggling head pin doesn't fall. 73 through 7 for Greg. Here comes Greg Vellante for the spare. Oh, he chops the head pin, or nudges the head pin specifically to the left off the left sidewall. Doesn't take the 6 or the 9. It'll be an 8, 81 through 8 for Greg Vellante. And he's going to have to mark out in this game to take points from this box onward. 290 grand total so far. 30 down from the total, 36 down in the string. And he's on the 7 pin. And he's on the 7 pin again. Can't award it twice, though. Ends up being an out of 8, 89 through 9 for Greg Vellante. He needs at least a double strike and a good fill on off that double strike in order to take this third game. And that won't be a strike. It'll be an 8 drop, so that will be the third game in favor of Ray McAllister with 4 points. That's an 8 drop. For Greg Vellante, it wasn't on the head pin. It was an eventual split. 8-10. He caps the wood, and it takes nothing. This game will go under 100 for Greg Vellante, an 8, 9, or 10. He'll play 1 pin, leave the other for a 9 box for a 98 game 3 for Greg Vellante. 117 and 98, the scores are in and confirmed as 320 for Ray McAllister and 307 for Greg Vellante. McAllister leads in the total by 13, and McAllister took the third game by 19. And that's a 9 drop for Ray McAllister to start off the next game. Ooh, he had a bit of a misfire there. Started in the center, didn't really get a curve going. And he'll get the 10 on the retry. Just doing the score correct for the 10. That is in. And Ray on the 1-2 pocket, a little full, 4-6-3. And Ray takes the 3-6 and leaves the 4. And he'll make it a 9 box for 19 through 2 for Ray McAllister, who goes 21.1 for 50 head pins average per match, 12.4 split average per match. Has one shutout victory of going 14-0 so far this season. And Ray's on the pocket. Punches it not quite too full, but enough to leave the 7 and the 10. He's got a piece of wood in the center. I think you basically have to cap it. Ray will redline it. Oh, that worked too. Okay. I guess it was back enough where that worked for Ray McAllister. 29 and a bonus through 3. Yeah, I didn't have faith in the red line on this one, but I guess I should have. So look at that. Right on the red line. Beautiful. That's a 5 drop for Ray McAllister and a 5 fill. One, 2, 4, 8, 10. And Ray misses the head pin narrowly to the right, takes the 10. Ends up being a 9 for Ray McAllister, 43 through 4. Ray McAllister has a perfect box percentage of 40% for the season. He's currently 94 and 130. He'll take 2 out on the left side for a half Worcester. Ray versus the half Worcester. Goes for the right side. It's the 1 and the 4. For the 10, and he's got a pretty 10. That's a 53 half for Ray McAllister. 3.5 game total of 373 for Ray McAllister. 1 strike, 7 spares, and 7 tens this match so far. And a 51% quarterback rating on the head pins. It just keeps getting higher and higher, and he has 10 splits. Gnarly. Coming up next is Greg Vellante. And here he is with a few pins mixed down. One, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9. Misses that head pin target. 1, 4, 7. Stand tall. The 10 box, he makes it a 9. That's 9 through 1 for Greg Vellante. In Greg's past 5 away matches, 24 point take home, averaging 4.8 points per match on the road. And on the 1-2 pocket, oh my goodness, that's an ugly leave, and he deserves so much better than that. That's a 5 drop, 4, 6, 7, 9, 10. 2 planks of wood in the center. I think they might be helpful, though, for a spare shot. Greg fires upon it. Caps it. Oh, and leaves the 10. It's a 10 box for Greg Vellante for 19 through 2. Greg finds the pocket on the 1-2, leaves the 7 and the 9, and no wood to help. Plays to the right, takes nothing. Ends up being an 8 for Greg Vellante for 27 through 3. Compare that to 34 through 3 for Ray McAllister. Greg Vellante on the road averages 99.6. And at home averages 104.8, so he has the advantage at Academy. Five go down off the back right corner. 1, 3, 4, 7, 8 for Greg Vellante. 5 drop. Spare leave opportunity here. Greg, oops. He takes it for the spare. Well done by Greg Vellante. 37 in a bonus through 4 for Mr. Greg. And yikes. Okay, that will be, unfortunately, nothing on the spare fill. Went into the left channel. Second ball takes 2 off the left side. Maybe 3, if that 5-pin thinks about it. Doesn't go. It ends up being a 5 box for Greg. In the 5th for 42. Those scores are confirmed 3.5 games in. Ray McAllister 53, 3.5 games in. Greg Vellante 42, 3.5 games in. 373 for Ray McAllister, 349 for Greg Vellante. Ray McAllister currently with 4 points and 2 1 strings. Greg Vellante with 2. There's an 8 drop for Mr. McAllister. He's got the 2 and the 4 for a spare bid. Just a little off to the right. The result of the play is a 10 box for Ray McAllister in the 6th for 63. He has 3 10s and 1 spare for 6 boxes. 4 perfect boxes for 6 this game so far. 63 through 6, 4 for 6 on the head pin with 2 splits. 53% on the head pin today, and he has 10 splits. And Ray drops 9, leaves the kingpin. And again, just sails just slightly to the right of the target. No spare. For the retry, can he get 3 10s in a row? Yes, he can. Another 10 box is 73 through 7 for Ray now. Just getting the score correction in there. All set. Smooth ball again by Ray McAllister. Barely heard it touch the ground. 1, 2, 6, 10. 6 drop. And he's on the pocket, but a little bit full on the head pin. Takes 2 in the middle and leaves 2 on the right side. And he'll take a 10 box, his 4th in a row for 83 through 8. That's good pinning by Ray McAllister. He's gone 5 for 8 on the head pin with 2 splits today in this game. And overall, 20 for 38 on the head pin with 10 splits. Finds the pocket again and splits again, 7, 8, 10. He's got wood, he's got wood to work with. And he'll take that for a pretty spare. Not quite the Dino Dellis spinny spare, but still a nice one to watch. It was visually appealing. Watch that spinning wood take the 7 and the 8. 93 and a bonus through 9. Here's the bonus. It'll be +6 on that 93. For 99 through 9. And he nudges the head pin. He takes the 4. He leaves the 2 and the 9. Ends up being a 9 box for Ray McAllister. That's 108 game 4 and a 4 game total of 428 for Ray. Excellent pinning this game in particular. Look at those 10 boxes. And then the marks also helped quite a bit as well. 428 for Ray McAllister, and Greg Vellante looks to respond. Here's Greg. Takes 3, takes 4. And that's what it will be. 1, 6, 7, 10, 5, 9. Vellante finds the head pin, leaves the 6, 7, 10, unfortunately, pushes just straight back. And Greg will make it a 6-7 leave for an 8 box for 50 through 6 to Ray McAllister's 63 through 6. Greg Vellante has gone 28% of the head pin today with 6 splits, 5.58 first ball average. And he's on the head pin here, 3, 6, 10 leave, 7 drop. Placement is favorable. Oops. And he takes 2 or 3. Sorry, I keep clicking the wrong lane occasionally, but he takes the 3 and the 6 and leaves the 10. It'll be a 9, 59 through 7 for Greg Vellante, 73 through 7 for Ray McAllister. Greg chops out just 3 off the back left corner. And he nudges a piece of wood to the right, and it wiggles the head pin, and the 3 and the 6 are the only other pins that don't go. Along with the head pin, of course. 7, 8, 9, or 10. And it's a nice, hard-fought, well-earned 10 box for Greg Vellante for 69 through 8. Ray McAllister is at 83 through 8. Vellante fires. 2 pins in the back right corner. Still slightly east of the head pin on the second ball. He's got 5 pins standing, 4 horsemen in the 8 on the left side. It'll be a 6 for Greg, 75 through 9. We are at Academy Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts on 725 South Main Street in Haverhill, Massachusetts. Just under 2 miles from downtown. Finds the pocket here. Greg takes 8 down, 3-6. Excuse me, 3-10 leave. It's a small split. And he hits the object right where it should go. The 10 pin just doesn't cooperate. This will be for a 10 box for Greg. Ends up being a 9. Greg had a bit of a rough fourth game here with an 84. Ray McAllister takes another 2 points. He has 6 to Greg's 2. 391 4-game total for Greg Vellante. 428 4-game total for Ray McAllister as we go into the 5th and final game here on the ACST. It'll be Ray McAllister getting ready for Game 5 here in Haverhill, Massachusetts. Here's Ray McAllister. Takes 7. 4-6-10 with favorable wood for Ray McAllister. Yet another split. And he spares that up. I was worried about the angle. I thought he was too far to the left. I thought it could go, could not, but it did end up going. That wood threaded the needle on the 6 and the 10. And Ray takes 5 on that spare fill. Left side Caleri. $15 through 1. Outside of the head pin, jumps over everything else. And he'll convert it into a 9 box in the second. Ray McAllister is at 24 through 2. Last time I covered Ray McAllister was versus Bill Olson at the Wakefield Bowladrome a couple months ago. That was a fun match. Do check it out on 3 Ball Spare if you would like to relive that match. Ray McAllister's last sighting on my program. 5 drop for Ray McAllister, a right side Caleri this time. And he misfires on that to the left. And he takes all but the head pin on the 3rd ball. 33 through 3 for Ray McAllister. He's on track for an over 500 grand total pinfall. 461 and counting with 7 boxes more. Ray takes 4 down. One, 2, 4, 8, 6, 10 for Ray McAllister. Shooting for a spare. There's no wood to assist. 1-3 pocket. Takes the 4 on the left. Well done ball. It just needed a little bit more of an angle for the 6 and the 10 to go down. And it will be a 10 box for Ray McAllister in the 4th. That's 43 through 4. Here's Ray. To left of the head pin, takes 4 down. He's got a 6-pack right side. for the spare on the 6-pack. Ray McAllister takes the 6-pack for the spare. That'll be 53 and a bonus for Ray McAllister with 2 marks so far. 481 and counting in the grand total pinfall. 91, 112, 117, 108, and an in-progress 53 plus a bonus for Ray McAllister. Greg Vellante comes back to us with a 391 4-game total. And he looks to put some more pins on the board here. And Greg Vellante has a bit of a tricky first ball. And the follow-up is on the 7-pin. And the third ball is on the 10-pin, and that will be a rough 2-box for Greg Vellante to open up the 5th and final game in the first box. Academy Lanes is owned by the DeBurrow family. The facility opened in 1963 and celebrated 60 years of operation in December of 2023. Featuring 44 lanes across 3 rooms, Academy Lanes is one of the largest Candlepin bowling houses in New England. In fact, it is the largest Candlepin house in New England. Greg Vellante on the first ball, having some trouble. And it goes into the gutter again. Not sure what's going on there. He's going to respot because it went into the channel and took out a pin. So they're going to negate that pin that was credited. This will be for one more ball for the second frame. That's a good ball. That's a much better ball. And that's a salvage. That's an 8-box for 10 through 2 for Greg Vellante. I was watching that release, and I was just trying to analyze just what was going on with the his last like 3 throws. Just kind of got a little bit off target. But that ball was the ball. Just whatever you did in that ball, just take it easy and throw it like that from here on out. Greg Vellante has had 1 game over 100 this match with a 122 in the second, but he's struggled in the other games. Takes the 3-6 pocket, takes down 6, 1, 2, 8, 9. 6 drop for Greg. And for the spare, he leaves the 8 and the 9, takes the 1-2 pocket and leaves the pins in the back. And he'll make that an 8-box. 18 through 3. Greg opening up the 4th frame. 2-4 pocket. Takes 6 down, 1, 3, 6, 8. And he's on the head pin and takes the 1 plus the 8. That leaves the 3 and the 6. Greg, that goes off to the left. That'll be an 8 for 26 through 4. Greg has been having a bit of a rough start here. Let's see if he can cap off this half with a nice mark to come back to. We're in the 5th and final game. Greg on a 3-6 pocket. 6 go down, 7 go down. 1, 2, and 5 for a spare. Opportunity for Greg Vellante. Red zone alert. Everything but the head pin. Just had to go a plank or two, just a little bit more to the left, I'd say. And he'll take a 9. That'll be 35 through 5 for Greg Vellante. No marks. He's at 426, 4.5 games in. Ray McAllister is at 481, 4.5 games in. McAllister leads by 55 in the total and 18 in the string. And he has a 53.5 plus a bonus fill starting now. And it will be a 5 fill, a right side Caleri. Ray McAllister will take the sleeper pin off the Caleri and leave the 1-3-6-10 is now a 4-horseman right side leave. Ray, again, a very smooth ball. Again, did not hear that ball at all. That's a 9 for 67 through 6 for Ray McAllister. Ray McAllister's peak head pin percentage was over 50. Before this game began. He's now dipped a little bit to 48%. He has 12 splits today. That is quite a... It's nearly double the splits of Greg Vellante, who has 7. It is contingent on hitting the head pin, but still, just having that many is... That's quite a bit. Ray McAllister for the Haverhill spare attempt. He goes into the same hole. Can't award the same 2 pins twice. For reference, Ray McAllister averages 12.4 splits per match. So I guess actually he's right about on average, considering. That will be an 8 box for Ray McAllister with an out. That was better than a 2, certainly. 75 through 7 for Ray McAllister. Ray finds the pocket, the 1-2. A slow mix, the 7-9-10. The 10 even slides a bit, but stays on the plate. Three planks of wood, largely concentrated in between the 7 and the 9. McAllister wants to play the wood, and he cuts right. The 7 pin doesn't go. And he'll make it a 9 box in the 8th. That brings him to 84 through 8. Ray McAllister has 1 pinfall win this season. In his past 5 away matches, roughly he's taken 37 points, and that's an average of 7.4 points per match. Compare that to his past 5 home matches, where he's only taken 14 points. That's an average of 2.8 points per match. He'll take 3 out starting out and mixes eventually with spinning pins. That's a 6 drop, a center check mark. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lawrence Welk. All over it. The 4 pin survives somehow. Don't know how, but it did. It'll be a 9 for Ray for 93 through 9. Ray's at 521 and counting today. Takes 5. 1, 3, 6, 10, 9. And Ray will take 4 or 5, leaving the head pin, the pin that he missed. To finish it off today, he'll take a 9 box. That'll be a 102 5th game and a 530 series for Ray McAllister today with 2 marks on this 102 5th game. 2 for 10 the head pin, 2 splits. Today he went 46% on the head pin, 23 for 50 with 13 splits and a 5.92 first ball average. He threw a 256 on lane 43 and a 274 on lane 44. And Greg Vellante will finish off this match today, our home bowler, on lane 43 at Academy Lanes, starting now. 1-3 pocket. He drops 8. He's got the 4 and the 9 to deal with. Three planks of wood concentrated to the right side of the deck in front of the 9. Greg tries to play it, and he somehow threads the needle in between the channel and that wood. 8, 9, or 10, picks a stick, it'll be 9. 44 through 6 for Greg Vellante. Stay tuned after the match is completed, and I'll put together a highlight reel of some of the best shots we saw today, immediately following the broadcast after the final results. Great broadcasting is for you today from Academy Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts. I'm Steve Kelly for 3 Ball Spare, and I'd like to thank our ACST committee members, including our league commissioner, Danny Finn. Class D treasurer is Nate Lees. Statistician, Micah Imparato. Staff at Academy Lanes for managing the madness, as always. And a 1-2 pocket hit for Greg Vellante. It's a 7 drop and a split 5-6-10 right side setback. Greg tries to play the 5 on the left side and can't quite connect. $10. It ends up being a 7 box. 51 through 7 for Greg Vellante with 3 boxes to go in this match. Here comes Greg. Ooh, goes into the left channel. He's had some trouble with the first ball control today. It's 3 times on the first ball where that's gone into the channel. It's rather uncharacteristic of Greg. I'm not sure why that's been happening. He'll drop 5 on the second ball. Left side Kaleri. And he'll take another pin out for a 6 box for 57 through 8 for Greg. If you enjoyed this content and want more Candlepin bowling content, obviously, like I've told you about my page 3 Ball Spare, also check out the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour page on Facebook and YouTube, Candlepin Chat Group on Facebook, Candlepin Bowling and Network on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, Candlepin Corner on YouTube, at Candlepin Bowling if you're into TikTok. They're also on Facebook. There's Outrun the Bear on Facebook and Instagram. There's Alley Chat on YouTube. There's Bowling with the Goth Ears on YouTube. It's a 3 drop for Greg Vellante. And he'll take a few more out, leaving 3 pins. There's also the Ripping the Rack podcast on YouTube. There's the Approach podcast, the Candlepin Bowling channel on YouTube. There's Mike Sweeney on YouTube, Wolfman12395. There's a very nice 10 box for Greg Vellante in the 9th for 67. And Greg, for the strike bid, he's on the 1-2 pocket, drops 6, 2 left, 2 right. And he'll thread the needle in the middle. So Ray McAllister is going to take 12 points today. That'll be a 6 box for Greg Vellante. He'll take a 73 fifth game for a 5-game total of 464, and those scores are confirmed. That is your total today. Ray McAllister victorious with 12 points. Just effectively getting better and better. And then Greg Vellante having a great second game, but then just having some trouble just maintaining that from there on outwards. So let's move to our final stats. It's 530 for Ray McAllister with 12 points today, and 464 for Greg Vellante with 2 points today. That means Ray McAllister, I believe, moves to 106 and 132. And then Greg Vellante moves to 102 and 136. First ball averages were almost even. It was 5.92 for Ray McAllister, 5.38 for Greg Vellante. The splits department, double digits for both, 13 for McAllister, 10 for Vellante. 46% overall, though, for Ray McAllister in the headpin department. Lane 43, 256 for Ray McAllister, and 235 for Greg Vellante. Meanwhile, it's a 274 on lane 44 for Ray McAllister, and 229 for Greg Vellante on lane 44. In the mark fills department, it was all Ray McAllister with 63, averaging 5.73 per mark, but Greg Vellante averaged more per mark, 6.5, totaled 39. All right, so we'll show you some graphs as well if you want to pause the video for later and examine this and full screen it or whatever. Have fun with it. Anyways, folks, I've been Steve Kelly for Greg Vellante and Ray McAllister. Stay tuned for the highlight reel, but I'll be signing off the mic. We'll see you at the next Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour. Have a great one, everybody. And Ray will shoot for the spare, and he gets that spare. No problem. High-low jack. Will he take the TV shot? Yes, he does. The TV shot has been conquered by Ray McAllister. His longest streak of unbroken games over 100 has been 5 in a row this season. There's a pocket shot and a strike for Ray McAllister. And spare coming up. And he's got it. No problem on the single pin. Greg on the pocket. Yeah, beautiful way to fill a spare with a strike. And it's a spare for Ray McAllister, worth the wait. Greg's spare attempt is good. He needed this one a lot to keep the pace. Greg, can he find the head pin here? Oh, wow, beauty. Yes. Ray for the 10. Yeah. And Ray will get that spare. Ray McAllister, smooth ball and a smooth spare. And Ray for the spare. Oh, yeah, beauty. For that 7-8 spare conversion. Oh, he does it. I think you basically have to cap it. Ray will redline it. Oh, that worked too. Okay. And he'll take that for a pretty spare. And he spares that up. For the spare on the 6-pack, Ray McAllister takes the 6-pack for the spare.